When the nation speaks, the roundtable listen. Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Join the conversation that matter the most. Live, unfiltered, unapologetic, with local voices and international minds. The roundtable dive deep into today's toughest questions in society, politics, culture. Nothing is off limits. Your voice, your questions, your platform. Live on Wiz TV, featuring top panelists Mr. Samuel Abu, Mr. Hamed Fofana, Mr. Cyrus Gray, Mr. Jai Blamo, and your host, William McGill. Heated debate, eye-opening truths, and real impact. Tune in to the roundtable every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. only on Wiz TV Live. The roundtable, where every voice counts. When the nation speaks, the roundtable listen. Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Join the conversation that matter the most. Live, unfiltered, unapologetic, with local voices and international minds. The roundtable dive deep into today's toughest questions in society, politics, culture. Nothing is off limits. Your voice, your questions, your platform. Live on Wiz TV, featuring top panelists Mr. Samuel Abu, Mr. Hamed Fofana, Mr. Cyrus Gray, Mr. Jai Blamo, and your host, William McGill. Heated debate, eye-opening truths, and real impact. Tune in to the roundtable every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. only on Wiz TV Live. The roundtable.
But here's what I want to say. The fact that we have two documents. I was staying in a mansion when the document came out, and the legal advisor to the president, who has the responsibility to review all legal documents coming from this legislature, said that the document that the traffic management is purporting that it is the law, it's not the law. So the government could not proceed to implement a concession when the government itself believed that the concession of the traffic management people were arguing was not the one the president signed. So how the president's signature got on the one they carried around, the government's all confused. So for this government to...
When you say president, talking about the former president?
The former president at the time, the former president. So we could not implement... Yeah, I want to make it clear. The former president. And former president, we are so... You can't have two documents. Nowhere in the world that a government will operate on two documents. The concessionaire carry one document around and say, this is a document. The government that gave the concession said, no, that one I signed. The one I signed did not carry the thing you are arguing about. So in my mind, we don't have a law. So it's really important that the legislature either repeal it, withdraw it. Even the legislature, the argument came by, the argument came by, we asked the legislature to go look in your journal to say, what is it that you passed? They were supposed to say, the law we passed. The one we sent to the mansion is not the one the concessionaire is carrying around. So why are you implementing? Which law are you implementing? So we have a tendency that people creating their own law, you make lawyer, somebody go change it either to the printing room and put president's signature on it. So the government could not enforce the law. So the government challenged the process. So it's really important that that law be cancelled because there are two laws you operate anyway. One, the concessionaire is arguing that they have a law. Two, the government that passed the law said that's a law that we sent to the legislature. So the clarification I wanted to make, so it leveled it by with the current government and say, what is it that you are implementing? The law that the concessionaire is carrying or the actual law that the president signed? Thank you, and you.
Thank you, Senator Momo.
I think the two colleagues have spoken
No justice! So that does it. The Fulani demand justice in 24 hours. If not justice, no 26. So folks, my name is Emmanuel Bita. Must be following, keep sharing our GTV. This is how we close the screen of the television. I think you listened to the RG. Gregory, come on, say it.
Any of our people, irritated. The police,
But you have been friends of the president and Mr. Bwaga.
Yes.
So, Madam Sakov, you talking about?
I fear those people. Mr. Joseph Yuma Bwaga and the police, any of our people, irritated. The police will be pressed.
But you have been friends of the president and Mr. Bwaga.
Yes.
So, Madam Sakov, you talking about?
I fear those people.
Is equal to removing that woman's clothes.
Yes, it's a rap. That's a rap.
The Labrador National Police, while it is true that we investigate this matter 100%, it happened in plain view is something that we can see. The woman hijab was removed, and for that I'm here to say that we are sorry. And also, to use this time to promise you that this action is not in line with the vision of the Labrador National Police. We condemn the act, and we are promising a very, very swift and speedy investigation, and the public and our people will be made available to the public in no time. We commit to the protection of each and every human being in this country, regardless of your religion, your tribe, your political affiliation, and whatever social class, social status of the person. We apologize. and we want to say that this investigation will be concluded within the shortest possible time. Once again, let me condemn that action. It is clear. It doesn't require no investigation. The video shows the hijab being removed from the woman, and for that we say sorry. The rest of it will investigate it. I ask for your cooperation. I ask for your peace. I ask everybody to please give us the chance to cooperate with us while we conduct the rest of the investigation. Thank you.
Yeah, just I got you force on. If I you force on, you'll be back on.
But ici, là, au moins, ici, là, au moins, bien. Donc, voici comme lui. Non, moi, la confie.
That in the rescue. The price of fiber increasing,
so
nothing dropping.
So, but then why you voted for rescue?
I voted for change. You are not seeing the change.
But if you say you voted for change, during Joe Weirton, you was buying Budakuda for. Sorry, don't cry. Sorry, don't cry, baby.
I did the 40,000 trouble. I see people don't have me, don't tell me for the trouble. I owe you the teenage young man. I'm on the back of it. I'm in trouble. I can come outside the team. You got to put it on to me. You got credit on the back and then I'm buying. You got a 10% increase to the benefit. Why you the winner? So I said they have.
I came to India in private. Yeah, you see what will pass through. I said, they have session.
So indeed, we like to say a pleasant good evening from Liberia. This is the round table. Comes to you at 9 p.m. Liberia time. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to all of you, wherever you're watching us from. We like to say welcome to today's presentation of the program here. My name is William McGill, and basically on today's edition of the program, we will later on talk to Mr. G. Orlando Dime. He's our guest. He's the public affairs director there at the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. We're also hoping to have our panelist, Mr. Samuel Abu, joining us as we talk more about issues that matter the most across our country, Liberia. My name is William McGill. Let's run through with a few issues before we can have Mr. Orlando Dime joining us to talk more about the plan Say No to Drug protest. Was the DA stand, as they are also fighting drug. You have this organization coming in to help with the fight against drug, having a march, as well as some other issues relating to the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. Again, welcome and share the life. Stay with us as we run through some other issues that are making news across Liberia. So on today we witness protesting uh, individuals there from the Muslim community as it relates to a video we play on here earlier um, concerning a Muslim woman hijab being removed after she was actually caught in the act of power theft, allegedly caught in the act of power theft, and due to her refusal of going, the police had to use force. But again, we will talk more on that as we already have our guests in the studio here, along with Mr. Abu, who are here tonight to talk more about these issues. Let me say good evening to you, Mr. Abu, and welcome to the
Yes,
roundtable.
good evening. How are you?
I'm doing great. Uh, Great to have we back for this week presentation, and thanks again. Let me say Orlando and tonight's presentation.
Yes, good evening, and
Thank you, Orlando.
yeah, good evening once again. And I would like to say I'm happy to be on the show tonight as we go about discussing issues surrounding the Labrador Justice Enforcement Agency. Thank you once
Oh,
again for your invite.
okay, thank you so much for coming out. Thank you. Let's get to know who is Mr. Orlando Dime and what are some of the things he been involved at the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency.
Okay, Mr. Orlando Deming. I'm Orlando Deming. Uh, Graduated from the Labrador Police Academy and joined the Labrador Justice Enforcement Agency in 2017. And since then, I've been working in the public affairs section. I was first deputy, and now I've been promoted to the head of the section. And as we stand, the DA, we are partly doing well because we are doing the security side of it, the fighting aspect of destroying ghettos, arresting drugs, and bringing them to court. So as far as we're concerned, we are doing well. And as we go on, we'll tell you more about the DA.
Okay, great. Uh, let's go ahead now with this issue of drug. Now that we have several cases that are being released on the media that this person is caught in the act of either selling drugs or transporting drugs. A recent one is the issue at the Rabos International Airport involving Quita as well. What are some of the things you guys at the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency done in making sure that we can have a safe country like Liberia in the fight against drug?
Okay, thank you. One of the most important aspects there is at the Roberts International Airport. We don't have what we call scanner because in other countries you have scanner at the airport when passengers or people coming into the country, they pass through the scanner with their goods in their hand, and the scanner will dictate whether the luggages they are carrying, whether they have certain drugs or certain things in it. The scanner will scan their goods and then tell you what is in there exactly. But for us, we don't have scanner, and most of our borders are porous borders. So the meaning one of the borders that will really make more arrests is the border, and that Cape Mon border we don't also have a scanner there also. So what we do there is we just do mostly with intelligent base for the Cape Mon side, because when we get some of our agents are on the other side that will inform us that this car that is coming is this, and then we know we keep surveillance on them. That's how we do our work there. But then at the RIA, when people are coming from out of country, there are certain countries when we see their name on your passport that you transit through them, then it raises eyebrow, because those are countries that we consider heartlands. These are countries that are distributing drugs, selling drugs on a daily basis. So as soon as we see your passport and we know that you transit through those countries, then we will take your passport and then ask for your luggage. And definitely, when we search your luggage, we will find something. So that was the case with Quita. Quita went China, and then she said, or partnered in Nigeria, a Nigerian guy called her to go Bangkok to receive goods from them. And when she went Bangkok, received the goods, according to her, she didn't do background check to know what was in the goods that she was bringing. According to her, she just blindly took the goods and brought it to Liberia. Upon her arrival at the RIA, the immigration did their check, and then custom did their check. And didn't find anything. When she came over to our agents that were deployed at the RIA, when they saw her passport, they decided to do thorough searching. And then the goods that she brought, they had 8 plates of raw cocaine in the clothes. What they did was, the shite that they bring from out of country to sell, it is packaged in a plastic and something. So they will open the plastic, put the plate of the drugs in the clothes there, and then seal it back up and put it back in the plastic. So that's how they did it. And when you take a real clothes that is being sold, when you take the shot, it's light. But the one with the drugs, as soon as you take it, it's very heavy. So that was where we managed to detect that she was bringing in drugs. And when we checked the clothes, it was drugs in it, and we arrested her. When we arrested her, what brought this guy in, one Tony Obi, what brought him in was the agent said, you can bring money and then you will free yourself. So she right away placed call to Tony, because according to her, the job was for Tony. So Tony came with the money. He brought $5,000 first and gave it to the agent as a bargain for Quita and the goods to be released. So the guy said, no, the money is small. Bring another one. He went back and brought another $5,000. It was when now he was handled now and carried to the office for further investigation. And when we carried her to the office for further investigation, we investigated her, but then in the process, she fell sick. She said that was her first time, so her pressure went high. And her lawyers came and signed for her. Horatio Gu and one other guy signed for her, and they took her to the clinic. That was when it was reported on social media that she went hospital. She went JFK. She was lying on 4th floor, room number 3. But we were all aware of it, that she went to hospital. And then when she took her treatment, The doctors discharged her. She came back. They brought her back to the office. It was when now we charged her and formally turned her over to the court in Magibi. Yes, in Magibi, to the RRA.
So
But
quickly,
then,
right?
he said,
Quickly, what are some of the measures that you got put in place as it relates to, carrying someone who is being charged for transporting drug, carrying them to hospital? Is it that you have strong security measures, or you are just counting on those judges that are representing her to return her back to the office?
yeah, because this was the first incident we have ever inquired concerning suspects getting sick. All through our suspects, none of them have ever raised something like sickness. It was one time, one Nigerian guy we arrested, but he attempted committing suicide. So we took him to the hospital, and then officers were assigned with him there in the hospital. Because anytime our patients go to the hospital, we get officers assigned with them. But for her case, it was not like that, because the lawyer said, since you're releasing her to me, I should take her to the hospital, and then I will bring her back. If she lost, you're holding me responsible. Because one of the poor officer behind him said, no, I will not take her if you're poor officer behind me. So I will take her to the hospital and treat her. Anything, I will bring her right back after the treatment. And we trusted him and gave him Quita and carried Quita. And then after the treatment, he brought her right back. And that was when Monday we took her to the court. But another incident that happened was this tuning guy that brought the money to Bra, because the same charges that was levied against Peter, that was the same charges that were levied against him for transporting, possession of illegal drugs, and then sales and distribution. But then the court said that since this man was not the one who brought the drugs into the country, he cannot be charged with these charges. The only charges they can put on him is the bribery, and which is bailable. So that same day, they released him to his lawyer on bail. And we will take serious exception to it, but that was the court decision, nothing we could do. So it's Thursday, today now, we're supposed to go there, but because of some other reasons, our people were not able to go because our directors were not in office today. So we'll still go there tomorrow to start the case rolling.
Okay.
That's a very good incident there, Mr. Demi. Thank you.
Yeah.
The LDA is doing a wonderful and extraordinary job in this country, because the menace of this drug business in our country is really spreading like a wildfire over the country. And I know you people do not have all the strength to be in every part of the country, but what we are looking at is what you guys are doing. We know you are very limited, but this particular case about Quito, I may not be a very good friend of the LDA, but there was a mishap or a mistake made in the beginning. There's this drug. Don't overlook Liberia. Don't overlook the quantity of drugs that they bring. Once she was apprehended on suspicion, I mean, she should never have been released to her lawyers. It is the agency that should be able to take her to hospital and let her be examined there. And if she needs to be handcuffed onto the hospital bed, she will have to be handcuffed there. But the lawyers will not come in until she goes to court. But you didn't really have to release her to the lawyer on that day. That's my own opinion. You know, that's a mistake you made. Anything would have happened while she was in the hospital. In case she was going to commit suicide, in case she was going to do something, will you hold the lawyer responsible? If you hold him responsible, what else will he do? He will come and bail himself, or somebody will come and bail this lawyer because he did not bring the drugs in. Okay, but putting that on one side, let's look at the Obi man. Obi man cannot be set free. The first thing, bribery should be one of his charges. Another bribe is his attempt. It was an attempt to facilitate the travel or the transport of drugs into our country, because you have happened and he has come and bribed. So the bribery itself was an intent and an attempt to let it go. Because if you guys were going to receive the money and let it go, he's a complicit to it as a complication. He did attempt. That was an attempt he made. So, I mean, when your lawyers go to court, I think finally that would be one of the charges that will have to come down. That he did attempt to let her go, not only letting her go, but to allow the drug to go. That was his intent. Okay, so with all of this happening, he is also complicit to the crime. Because in as much as you people have information that he was the one that this particular goods or luggage was supposed to be delivered to, it's already he knows what is in that. He knows what is in that luggage. You know, he knows what is in it. So he knows if he was coming there, he's part of it. He has no reason to even be released. You know, but then that is Liberia, and we are not saying that it should be like that. You guys are doing a great and a tremendous job to your people there. But it is going, the case is still going. We don't want to be involved in prejudice, but we will still welcome any new information that will come out. We are looking at it very curiously, and we want to see what is going to come out of it. You know, because I did tell somebody that crime doesn't have it written on anybody's face. The person is this person goes to church, this person is a pastor, and this and that. We have to start looking at these things. But I'm very glad that the LGA, I know LGA, with all the factors that you have laid, that we got to know some countries that you're coming from, then we'll open our eyes better. I know there may have been a tip off on her. They go to Nigeria. How can you be going to Nigeria? Your passport, your ticket say go to Nigeria, then all of a sudden you are all the way in Bangkok. You know, Bangkok is one of the countries, and that the drugs are going from South America, they send it to Bangkok. Then Bangkok, from there, it has been transited into low-key countries like Liberia, where they can take it back and export it into the United States, because you can't bring it straight to the United States. It's like you're doing something in Sino County, and you find out that, Sino County, you can't just bring it into Monrovia. So what do? You carry it to Banga. From Banga, if possible, you can't go there. You take it to Bombing Hills that too many people not paying attention to. How do you get to Bombing Hills? Either you are going to come to Kakata into bomb mines and find your way to Bombing, or you go to Lofa and find your way down through the Fasama forest and get into Bombing. So now when it's entering to Monrovia from Bombing, too many people are not going to be paying attention to it, because all the security eyes are looking directly from goods that are coming from Sino through Banga or from Bikana and other places that where they are looking. So that is low-E countries. So that is how the network is going with the drugs business at this time. So this is why every time it is happening, you see the U.S. government get very much involved, because they know that all of these drugs are passing so that they can make their way back into the United States. Because if you go to South America, you will see production of cocaine on a very high level. Cocaine industries there are highly guided. I mean, the drug cartel, they are drug cartels. They are fully armed to the teeth against any national security. So they fight the case. So these things go on every time. So we still believe that, I mean, you guys are doing a great work. The ones that are clean are the ones who make the money. The little ones that are in the small G's or the small ghettos, they don't make any money. Some of them just get high, you know, and sometimes some of them go into the street when they come back from the street. Okay? So, but I'm happy for you. So what is going on now at LGA on the national scene, apart from that case? Are you there with us, Orlando?
Hello, Mr. Orlando.
Yeah, I'm there, but is that the network? No problem.
No problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm getting you.
What are some of the things that the DA are doing right now, especially when it comes to this say no to drug planned protest for August 8th? Are you guys collaborating with the organizer of the protest?
Yes, it's not really a protest, but it's a campaign
Okay.
that will be launched yeah, it's a campaign that will be launched on August 7th. We met with them, we called them to our office, and then the Director General Anthony Saw gave them some encouraging words. And then he promised that our officers will go with them to guard them in the process. Because while they are protesting, maybe there will be other people that may come to join the group to disturb. So our officers will be there to guard them through the process as they go peacefully to present their petition to the lawmakers. And they even met with the senators prior to coming to us. And they said the senators, all of them, embraced the idea and they were all happy about it.
Okay.
So
what are some of the
yes.
So what are some of the preparations that you guys have in place?
Yeah, the preparation they have in place is they are printed enough of t-shirts, giving it out to people, and then even we ourselves we promise them that we're going to help them to print some of their t-shirts for them and give it to them because they are almost the championing our cause. What we want to advocate for, that is what they are going to do to advocate on our behalf. So we will champion their cause, we'll give them some t-shirts, and then they will wear it to go on their peaceful process.
Mr. Abu.
Go ahead. There is a guy. There is a man they call Staff Sergeant. Is that Staff Sergeant Jimmy Brymer? He had a very beautiful piece recently, trying to give his own opinion about the drug business in Liberia and also the upcoming campaign, as you are calling it. And I really want to call your attention to. He said, understand the cost of our. I mean, he said, while you wear caps, we wear scars from the streets, from the pressure, from the trauma of watching our young people wasted away, and from being powerless due to our inaction. And the inaction says, we urge you to visit our station. The thing that the police station, your stations are not well kept. We walk with us, listen to our stories, that is the officers, understand the cost of our service, and then take the understanding and turn it into policy, budget, allocation, and structural reform. That was what he wrote to the members of the legislature who are the policy makers. And he said, let me be clear, the Liberian Drug Enforcement Agency is suffocating. We are underpaid. Insultingly so. We are under-equipped, dangerously so. We are under-supported, disgracefully so. Speaking of salaries, what we earn is barely enough to survive, and let alone raise a family or build a future. This is what he says. Do you see anything with that, or is he not talking the facts?
No, why he's saying that's the fact. But it's like in the bureau, they say that the security don't demonstrate, don't say this. So that's why we just sit and look at national government to champion our cause. That's why the government said this is performance-based budget that they are passing. So we should project whatsoever we will do in the next 5 years, then the government will be able to project budget for it. So we did the crafting already. We are projected that within the next 5 years, we hope to train at least about 2,500 manpower, because DA lack manpower, seriously. We are lacking manpower. So majority of the people that are working with us now are AA, action agents, that are not on salary, and they are still committed to doing this job. And it is risky, because if an AA go about the money that we receive from RRA, if those guys that were there were not employee, they were AA, and I'm sorry to say that we are not going to see those money. We are just going to AA, they are going to free the woman and all, because they are AA. They will receive the money, put it in their pocket, and then go. We have no control over them. So this time around now, we want to incorporate all of them into the LDA and see how best we can employ them. So they are going through the vetting process, and after the vetting process, they will be taken to the police academy for training. And after they are trained, they will now be incorporated into the society, into the agency.
Yes, you talk about the vetting process. Bill, I'm coming 1 minute. You talk about the vetting process. What are the requirements to be vetted? Because what I understand is that many of them have been there for many years, and some of them are over age, almost reaching to retirement age or in terms of service. So what are the yardsticks you're using to be able to vet some of these people?
Yes, normally the recruitment process that we place on our Facebook page was from 25 to 35. But then since it's an in-house vetting, those people that stay long with us longer time, and maybe the age may have caught up with most of them. The committee that is responsible for the vetting carry the age range up to 40. And then most of them still catch up with most of them. So we are trying now to have a discussion with other stakeholders and other partners to see how best if we can directly employ them, and then they go through some in-service training. But then, and some of them too, they are not school. Some of them say they start in 4th grade, 6th grade, 9th grade, 7th grade. So all of these people, they are factors, because as a security man, you should know how to read and write. Because when you make arrest, you got to make situation report. So if you can't write, then how will we do it? So those are the other group that we are seriously looking at to see how best to see whether to help them or to just let them go. So those are the problems.
You are talking about trying to help them. How will you be helping them when at this kind of time you already know you are certain first from 25, now you took it to 40. After taking it to 40, you have decided again, then you are also trying to consider people who are maybe just at the age of what we say, those who are not who may not have the requisite education. If we're going to be looking at all of these in Nigeria, we'll end up having a security force of unfit people who are unfit. I mean, we cannot look at it. It doesn't mean that because it is LGA, you go to the police academy, just how the police, the LNP goes to police academy, just how the immigration service goes to police academy. We're looking at you. Why will you want to vet people who are 4th grade dropouts or elementary or high school dropouts? Because even when they were doing the restructuring of the security sector, high school, I think for some of the agencies, high school was the least requirement. And for some other agencies, maybe in the army, they started looking at people who were in 9th grade, where they will have to do field grade work. Okay. But looking at the Drug Enforcement Agency, that's an international agency that you're really working with. I don't think that there should be a reason why we have people who have not reached or who have not attained the requisite academic qualification must be put into it. No matter how long you have been waiting. I mean, the country has to go forward. We cannot bend our trees just because we want to accommodate everybody. No matter, even in the great America, everybody cannot have a job. And so you have to tell us that you have to come up with a new strategy that will be able to accommodate this group. But I don't see any new strategy. You put the age limit, okay, but the academic must be something that you cannot compromise. Don't compromise it. Because when you talk about drugs, it involves a lot of legal issues. It involves a lot of legal issues. You as a chief of public relations, you are not going to represent the agency in court. It's going to be a highly learned lawyer that is coming for the client or for that criminal, and you are there if you do not know. So you set your parameters to be able to meet the standard that the country is moving at. It's not a matter of having jobs for people. We set the standard. If you don't have the people in the system internally, look outside and get some new people. We have new ideas. We agree that all of them have been there. If you can decide to say, okay, you make a supplementary payroll to pay many of them off who do not meet this thing, you can pay them off, let them go. I think that could be a very good thing.
Yeah, that's why I said we are having consultation with the stakeholders of Liberia and then our partners. Because our partners, when we have a consultation with them, they will advise us whether to take them or to just give them compensation and just tell them to drop, and then we'll recruit different people. Because this recruitment process that is going on is currently in-house recruitment. That's why we decided to relax the age issue. But next year, under recruitment, it will be open to the entire public, and then the age issue will be seriously taken into serious consideration, and then the qualification as it's come to educational level, it will be seriously taken into consideration. So for now, we are in consultation with our partners and the stakeholders to see how best. If the stakeholders or our partners say no, we can't accommodate them, then obviously we'll be left with no option but to tell them to go.
We do see the strength of the security in the country. The strength of the security is not necessarily the number of security you have deployed. It's the capacity of that group, not just their number, but their capacity. But if you're going to put mistakes into that, you are going to fail from ever, and drugs will continue to run into Liberia, and we have no way to stop it. Now, I say that, but Mr. Demi, say no to drug. What would be your message to the people who are participating in this campaign on August 8th? What's your message?
Yeah, because when they came to the office, that was the same message we gave them. I'm going to give you now. We told them, you ladies are campaigning now that we should say no to drugs. But then in the community, some of you have properties, and these properties are being rented by just users or just dealers. And you sit there and allow them to use your property to sell their drugs in your property. You humble these guys in your communities. So if you just say on a lip service, say no to drugs, and internally we are not working on it, it would not do anything. We are not going anywhere. So you ladies have to take the first step by letting in your community say no to renters that will be selling drugs, not to rent your facility or lease it. But that means we'll be discouraging the sellers from renting our places to them, and we can't sell rent place to them. They will not have nowhere to sit to sell their drugs. And we say, if one person see another thing, report it to the authority. Because if you see the people selling drugs and you don't report it to the authority, how will we act on it? And I tell you something, just yesterday, one of our officers were madly killed in Kawe. Yesterday, they beat on him until he died.
Oh, God.
Yeah, because he went to arrest a guy that had a drug, one plate of marijuana in his hand, and he went to visit one of his friends, one LRS guy, and then when he saw the guy moving with the drugs, he decided to intercept him. When he intercepted the guy said, give my drugs, but he said, no, I'm an officer, I can't give you the drugs. He joined the men to fight, and then he started yelling. All the other men ran from the ghetto, came after the man, and started to fight him. While they were fighting, he had going, the charge was going in the air, but the crowd was too much, so he decided to run. And they ran after him, and the main gang leader came and said, you're catching, you're beating, you're doing anything to him. That's when they call him Black Bottle. One black guy called Black Bottle, he was the one that gave the order, and they beat the guy and they killed him. So this job that we are doing is very risky. That's why we told the ladies, this thing is risky. So if you are intervening with your whole heart, tell your community people to stop giving these people places to rent. If you start that point, they will have nowhere to stay to rent their places, or you have some unfinished horses. And as soon as they see those unfinished horses, it's there where they will go and start to live there, and then start to sell their drugs there. Then the Zogos, The unfortunate people will go and start sleeping in those places because they left their parents. They can't go back home. They don't have place to sleep, so they will end up going in those unfinished buildings to sleep there. So these are some of the things that we told them to do.
So what has been LDA's own community engagement in terms of seeing what they can do to stop these people? Just the community, what has been your public relation thing like? Going to the communities, talking to people on radio, making jingles and other things. What have you been doing?
Yeah, we have our community outreach team, which is the prevention section. And the prevention, they have been doing very well. We went this year, we have gone to a lot of schools in town here in Montserrat. We have gone out of town in most of these counties. We have been talking to them and then discussing the issue of the dangers of drugs. When you take drugs, what happened to you and what the effect of drugs on your life. So we've been going around telling people, hey, we have some jingles that will sooner or later be on the radio. I will be played in the various dialects because all the people are taking drugs are not English speaking people. Some of them don't speak English, some of them speak their dialect. But we want for everybody to get the message of the dangers in taking drugs.
In addition to the upcoming campaign, what can you tell our people out there today? What is your message?
Okay, in addition to the upcoming campaign, I would like to encourage each and every Liberian to make it your business to join this campaign. And then when you join the campaign, join with your whole heart. Just make sure that Liberia belongs to every one of us. It don't belong to a specific group of people. It belongs to every one of us, and we must keep this country safe for the betterment of us all. Because if majority of our population here is a youthful population, so if we allow our youthful generation to just die or to just turn to what people call Zogo, then how will our future be? We don't have no future. Our country will continue to be destroyed. So we are encouraging each and every citizen to join this campaign and let us all go to the lawmakers and petition them to pay attention to DEA and focus on the Liberia Justice Enforcement Agency, and then we'll see how best we can move forward.
Bill, you still got something to ask him?
Yeah, so quickly, right? What do you think be the impact of this say no to drugs in as much as the DA is fighting drug in the country? What do you think be the impact of this march?
Yeah, the impact of this march is because that's why Jimmy Brima wrote that letter was mainly intended for the lawmakers, for them to see that DA is really in need of a lot of things. Because if DA were well equipped, this our officer that he just posted would have died. He would have protected himself. But now Liberia is a funny type of country. If that man were going to gun down one person, they are going to be all over the internet. DA officer killed one person. DA officer killed somebody. DA officer killed somebody. But now they kill the DA officer. Nobody dare to talk about it. I don't know how they take officers to be in this country. Here is it today. A policeman went yesterday to arrest a Fulani woman. They jump on the street today again. So I don't know where this country is heading. Because anytime the security do something, they will only look at the negative aspect of the security man, and then they will not look at the actuality. So I'm just encouraging every Liberian, if you see a drug dealer, report him to the nearest, we have DA depot all over Montserrat. Just go there, or we have a hotline. You call the hotline, and then we will keep your information very confidential, and we'll act upon it. Without telling the brother that this person gave us this number or that this person gave us this.
Can you give the hotline number, Bill? Can you put it on our scroll, brother?
Yeah. The hotline is 077 0777 1 3333
4 3s?
Yeah.
Good.
771
5
yeah.
3. That's a great
777 Yeah, 771-333333.
Is there any alternate number, maybe from Lone Star?
No, our Lone Star number had no problem, so we are still working after Lone Star to get it back.
Most of the drugs that come into Monrovia are maybe the ones, especially like the marijuana. We used to hear that marijuana was grown and produced in Bong and Nimba counties and maybe Lofa counties in the Inca land. Are we still having that problem?
Yeah, they are locally grown marijuana that is in Liberia. But most of the guys now, they are happy they don't call for the locally grown marijuana. They prefer going for this hardcore marijuana, that the one that comes from Ghana, which is called the ganja. They go for it, and the marijuana from Freetown. They have the kush also from Freetown. So these are the new drugs that they are all going after it on a daily basis. People that smoke the local marijuana are just the Liberians that don't have money. They just go there and just smoke that one. But the real drugs now, the mere marijuana come from out of country, and those are the ones that the guys are chasing.
Beyond that, what is the support that LDEA is given to these little agencies that are involved in drug rehabilitation?
Yeah, for now, we don't have budget for that. So all of those people, the only thing we tell them is we encourage them to do that. Because when this government, from the inception of this government, they appointed A.B. Kroma to be the Director General of DEA. When then they had that confusion and all of them, the president removed them and brought someone to be the ORC, officer in charge. And during his administration, we were able to identify with these orphanage homes. We carry rice and other things to them, telling them that we are government entity, but we don't have much. But this little that we have is what we brought to identify with you, to show to you that we care for the people that you are catering to. But we don't have much, and they accepted it, and they wholeheartedly welcome us.
Because what is happening here is that you arrest a drug user, he's placed behind bars for some time, he comes out, because we are concerned what process or what do you have waiting for him outside there. Because you will have to be doing referrals of this kind of people so that they can go to rehabs, because if you just leave them in the street, they go right back into the ghetto and continue to do it. So we believe that the LDEA will be able to be making referrals of some of your people, because once the man is on the drug, he will always remain on the drug. Direct him somewhere and let him go there. So when he doesn't go there, the next time when he's arrested, oh, the last time we gave you a referral, did you go there? How long were you there? Senator Dillon of Monserrado County, I think, is doing a great job. But he needs to take more people. He needs to take in more people. We need to have more rehabilitation centers, and some, if possible, maybe with the direct intervention of LDEA, so we'll be able to move forward. But how are you going to be able to stop drug peddling? How will the people stop taking their drugs when once they come out of jail or they leave from the ghetto, the next day they are there? Destroying those ghettos will never stop drugs from coming, because when you start destroying the ghettos, the people will be taking the drugs from right in their living rooms. There are high ups in the government, high ups that we see as very clean people. They are also the users of the drugs. So they do this in their living rooms. They do this in their vehicles. But what about these people who do not have the means to get in a vehicle? They go in the ghetto to get it. Some of those big guys are the ones that bring them in drums. They bring them in high quantity, and they keep it. They use it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know, we have to start having our eyes in everywhere. You know, we are saying that sometimes if you even do your recruitment, bring in new people. The old people, we cannot say, but many of them have already been compromised. They know where the things are. They have the experience of finding where the drugs are. But just because they are underfunded and they do not have enough money, so some of them pass over it. Some of the drug peddlers are customer. In the Liberian way, they say they are customer of some of our officers. So what do you say about this allegation that many of the officers go and seize the drugs, then they go to sell it right back?
That have been the allegation that have been levied against the LDA, but it is one of the things that is cardinal in our policies. If any officers being caught in the process of recycling drugs, you are out of the system, and we are dismissed a lot of them for recycling drugs. But government is some different way. During Madam Sharif administration, when this old man that is there now was there, we have a lot of them that were arrested, and then when they were arrested, we dismissed them. But then when we administration came to place, those guys came right back in the system. And the government said they should come back. So what we should do, we accepted them back into the system. And so that's how the country look. When another government comes, you say you put my people back, we can't say no, we have to put them back. So that's a system. But that's a real principle that we stand by. No recycling. If you are caught recycling, you are out of the system.
But are you prosecuted?
No, that's the part now that we have not done yet. To prosecute them, we are not prosecuted any of them yet.
Right, that's criminal itself. By just going, you seize the drug, then you put it right back into the market. You decide to sell it back to people. That's a very criminal thing. But we are very glad, as you can see on our screen, we have many of the top brass for the LDA. They all look energetic and they look happy doing their work, even though they may not feel very satisfied. You just talked earlier about the vulnerability of the officers. You place a little emphasis on this policeman that had his problem with this lady. Even though people say Fulani, we don't want to call it like that. They are all residents in Liberia. I mean, your tribal affiliation or your ethnic affiliation must have nothing to do with your connection to incidents like that. So can we just go to that case now about something? Bill, can we look at what happened really, how it started?
Concerning?
This lady with the police. That happened either yesterday or the day before.
Oh,
okay.
He'll
play the video. We want to look at the video first.
Yeah.
And as he's playing the video, listeners out there, you are listening to Waste TV, and we're discussing a lot of good issues this evening. And if you have any comments, you can put the comments in our comment section. You can share. We'll be able to address some of them when we see them. And we really want to know your output. And this is a running case. Today, we understand the police director apologized to them. The police inspector of police apologized to them, but I don't think he really apologized because they assaulted the police. I think it was the aftermath of whatever happened. Can you have that?
Yeah, let me just play the clips one at a time, and then we can go ahead.
Yeah, let's just start with the one where whatever happened between the lady and the police.
Yeah, just I got you force on. If I you force on, you'll be back on.
Mr. Demi.
Removing that woman's clothes.
Yes. It's a rap. That's rap.
The Labrador National Police.
Bill, can you keep this? Let's discuss the
We
question.
investigate this matter 100%. It happened.
Okay, Mr. Demi, that's a police officer. That's a law enforcement person just like you. You go to make an arrest, and these things happen to you. How do you feel about that? Is he muted? He's muted.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, Mr. Demi.
Okay. The police officer was implementing the law because that woman, the crime that she committed was theft, power theft. It was power theft, and those guys are people that are assigned with the LEC people go around to get people that are doing power theft. Power theft. When they got there, the police, he saw the police interacting with her, asking her, and she said she was not the owner of the house. And then the man said, I only asked for the owner. Right away, she told Sonny and knocking, even took the soup from the fire and wasted it on the man. It was when the officers got angry, and he said, Himo, and decided to drag her out. When they got to the door, I don't know where the baby came from, she had baby in her hand. But the police director too came in and said he's sorry for that, and he taking the bill for her head, that means already making her. So in prejudice the case already.
No, it did not prejudice it, sir. You know, when there is this, when a very large crowd comes, today there was something like a campaign or a protest by a group of women and people who call themselves Muslims and this and that. It became a very critical factor. You know, the police director had to calm down the situation. What happened there, as I'm saying, yes, the police was assaulted for no reason. Number two is that, yes, if we look at what happened to enforce the arrest, we have to be able, the police director, the police or the investigation have to declare to us whether that was excessive force or a reasonable force. You know, it could have been in response to what the lady did to the police officer. At the same time, if she's going to be charged, she did not have to put the baby at risk.
Yes, I know why she got the baby
because when she saw force coming in, she decided to hold the baby so that the whole attention will be moved from what she did, so that it comes to say, oh, the lady had a baby and the police did not have the mind to know that there's a baby. Okay, now the police director was addressing the issue of removing the hijab. We agree that removing the hijab is like stripping somebody naked, but the police was responding. The police is well aware of this video, but when the crowd went there today, to be able to disperse that crowd is to be able to tell them, because the whole thing they went that first the woman will treat her like that because she's a Muslim. Number two, oh, she's a Fula or she whatever ethnic group she belongs to. And number three, that because she's a Muslim, she had the hijab on. So that was what the police did to remove the hijab. So to be able to slow down that system, they had to first of all say, well, technically removing hijab from somebody by force is like stripping her naked. The investigation will go on and it will come out. I'm not saying we want to preempt what the investigation will be, you know. So the police director had to apologize to be able to calm down that group that went today, because the whole thing was they left the main case of what the man went for and tried to make the thing look like, oh, police is just going around harassing people, taking hijabi from people and making it look like that anybody who wears hijabi in the street, you become vulnerable to police arrest or something like that, which is not the law. You see, but today, I think that was the reason why the police director apologized. But it was very, very wrong by that woman, no matter what the situation would have been, to even take something to throw it at the police or to even go into her part. The police is somebody's relative. It's working for the government. It's working for the Liberian people. He is. He needs to be protected. He did not drop from the sky. The same way everybody was born, that's how he was born. Okay? He decided to take that profession and that career to be able to help government against people who do criminal things. If the lady said the house was in theirs, all she would have done, guide the man to who owns the house.
That's what she should have done.
But then, if she decides, I don't know why he would have said so much, because that was not on the that was not part of the audio that we heard. We saw her action, taking something and throwing it at him, and going to the pot and throwing it. In case he would have got it burned, that would have caused a 3rd degree or 2nd degree burning on that man, and it would be something that would last him forever. We know the police and the various government agencies do not have enough of insurance that would make that man to go sit down and government be paying him. He's not going to get anything out of it, but he's using his life to protect government. Those who investigate it will have to look at that too. She needs to be charged. She really needs to be charged for assaulting a police officer. Now, how can we determine whether that force was reasonable or it was excessive? Okay. After she refused to be arrested, she refused to be handcuffed. Let's go. She refused to follow the police. So what did the police have to do? Did he have to go? Do we have the capacity for police to get up and take the phone and decide to call headquarters? We came to arrest somebody and the person doesn't want to go, so they can send a greater force to remove her? That is not only in the Western country, not in Liberia.
Not in Liberia.
Not in Liberia. It can be done in Western countries where you can come, you see the situation getting porous, you can take a call and make a 911. You see police coming from every angle to come and make sure they handle it. Okay? But then he was alone. He had no help. Any of those people who are talking today, we can't do that to women. We don't want no justice, no 26. Are they going to change the 26 date? They can stay home. They don't want to come out and enjoy themselves on the Liberia Independence. They don't want to enjoy themselves. Let them stay home. But that is not going to justify a lady looking at the police, whether it's a male police or a female police, or whether it's a man or a woman hating on the police. I'm calling on our Inspector General. You have to protect our police. Our police need to be protected. If you want them to do a good job, you have to talk for them. I know the police is not feeling very comfortable that the police director has to come and say he apologized for it, but he did say something. He's a lawyer. He did say something. He apologized for the hijabi that was moved from her. That was why he did not apologize because they moved her from inside or because she hit the man. That was not why he apologized for. I can say that for a fact.
Yeah.
But those who had the various security agencies must learn to talk for their men,
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, no matter what happened, that lady should have been arrested and she should even be behind bars by now.
But now she should be behind bars.
Where we live here in America, you must do that to a policeman. You must do that to a policeman. You will see what happens. Just by sitting in the car, in a vehicle, you are sitting in the passenger seat, and I am driving. Then the policeman comes and say, "Hello, how are you, sir? Can I have your driver license, your registration, and your insurance, please?" And you sitting now, you got nothing to do. What the man did? The man running this and this and this and that. The policeman will tell you to shut your mouth that you are not the one he's talking to. He's dealing directly with the operator of the vehicle, and not you. And if you talk the second time, they will open the door and tell you to get out, and they put handcuff on you. You stand behind the car and be waiting. You will do that.
Yeah.
In America, handcuffing people is nothing. The worst thing you can do is to refuse to be handcuffed. All of your police inspectors and this and that who have traveled abroad, and specifically in America, they know handcuffing you is nothing. You can be a senator, you can be a legislator, you can be a minister. For police to handcuff you is nothing. Just as much as something they call a probable cause. That peaceful. Once there's a probable cause that he needs that you are posing a threat on him, that's the first thing he do. As he do coming to you, his hand is on his pistol at his side and waiting for you to make any attempt. If he's not feeling satisfied, he tells you to get down. He put you on the floor behind your car. You be on the floor while he search your car. You see, but this lady had no reason to throw anything at a man, to assault him.
Yeah.
So we can't say the police inspector did the wrong thing. He needed to calm down, to de-escalate, the right word, to de-escalate that tension that was rising. Because the crowd started as a small crowd. Then in the end, it turned into Muslim women. Then in the end, it became Madingo people. It became this. To make it look like the government or the people who are the government functionaries have something against the Madingo, the Muslim, and the Fullers, and all of this thing, which was wrong. And our police inspector needed to de-escalate that crowd. That was what he did. He knows about crowd control. That's what he did. So all of them turned around easy. We are still going to have a good 26. And if possible, that lady should be in jail until after the 26th. You know, she needs to know that what she did was wrong.
Yeah, but even according to one of the Muslim ladies,
process her today. Tomorrow morning, she appear before the court. By the time she appear before the court, she go until Monday. She stay there until Monday. I mean, we have to set examples. I know, police inspector, you are a very good man. You understand what you are doing. There are other tensions that have come before that you have survived it. This is not something that you are afraid of. I know you de-escalated the show, but the law must be the law. You say investigation must go on, let the investigation go on. Those who need to go to jail, that lady needs to know that she started a fire, and that fire must burn out.
Because even a Muslim lady posted today and said Muslim women are loyal women. Muslim women are respectful women. So by all means, she should have respected the man just how she can respect her husband home. And besides that, he was wearing the country security uniform with the country flag on it. So she had no right to even take her part and waste the soup on the man. That was wrong.
Yes.
But anyway,
most of the people who were leading that protest today, there was another one I saw. They were all young women. They were all young women who are not following the tradition of Muslim women. You know, because what happens is that the Muslim, yes, they marry 2, 3, they have their they have their polygamy that go on. The man wants to do anything, they don't even talk. Their thing. It is the new one, the new generation of young girls and Muslim women who are saying that the woman must fight. They say they believe in in Prophet Muhammad. Then they are saying the women must fight their husbands. Why would that woman, if she could look at a policeman who is somebody's husband and decide to strike at him, that means she can beat her husband up. You know, traditionally, culturally, Islam doesn't permit that. It's the new Islam, which they are learning after it's been translated into English, not the one that is in Arabic.
No.
So if you show the video, they were all young women, the new generation of young women, young Muslims, young Fula women, young Madingo women. They just talking and talking. I saw one lady there calling our president Mr. Joseph Wakai. You know, those very much uncouth, very much.
Yeah.
Disrespecting older people, disrespecting the leadership. And that kind of person, when you see them, they are the people who are coming from homes. Yes, they come from homes where they have about 5 different mothers. You know, and she talks to her grandfather like that, Mr. Joseph Wakai. Let me say again, Joseph Wakai. Why would that be? What all that disrespectful? The new generation of people disrespect older people, disrespect authority. You know, you see her. She's not someone. I can bet you, she is not someone who is coming from a monogamous home. She must be somebody whose father is having like 2, 3 wives. That she respects all the mothers. She calls all the other wives her mother. And she comes in the street and looks at the president of the nation, the father of Liberia, and calling him Mr. Joseph Waka. And somebody specifically asked her, and she decided to repeat it. So we can know. Okay, these are all young people.
Yeah. The behavior exhibited by her, it was completely wrong. But even other people, they accuse her of being a sedition. That's why she acted the way she acted. Because in one of the protests, she was very close to the former president. We are in that red barrel. We had it on.
We don't want to look at it from that angle. Let's look at her as a young woman disrespecting the president. No matter where she comes from, she has no reason to say it. We know she has a characteristic of those who you are calling. Yeah, you know, they make their finger like this when they're talking to people. William, you know, they made their finger like this.
Yeah. But again,
yeah, Ben,
I think you know, this is something that usually happen between police officers and civilian or common citizen, which is not right. By resisting arrest, especially when you've committed crime against the state, she was totally in error. And if you watch the video, you listen keenly to the audio, the officer kept telling people around to tell her that he don't want to use force, excessive force on her to get her arrested because she was caught in the act of power theft. So again, once you've committed crime and you feel, or the police or the power theft team get at your place and they see that you own theft and they take you at the power theft area, you have to go and prove that probably it's not you or whatever. But I think she knew what she did, that she was totally wrong and she couldn't be able to go there to prove herself not guilty of the crime. So since there was actually no way to get out of it, I think she was trying to use the baby in the process to say, oh, you know, everybody look at it from the officers took the job down. The officers had the baby, the lady had the baby in the process and everything. And again, I think they needs to do better for these officers and do much more publicity on how people should be able to respect officers that are wearing the country flag and seal, because it's important to respect these people. They are the one enforcing the law. If you want to resist arrest and start to fight these officers, definitely it will not mean for you, and especially as somebody who's supposed to be a patriotic citizen. I think the reason why all those young people came out there was probably about the hijab, because if they think about it thoroughly, they won't come out to say they want to protest because our officers tried to arrest this lady and she resisted the arrest, and at the end of the day it led to something different. I think man should be, this lady is totally in error, which of course we've read several uh, posts on social media from fellow Muslims, ladies and how you call men on the social media about her attitude, which of course shows no respect to the officer as well as her religion. But again, I think the police said they would be fast and swift. We will also follow that in as much as the situation is in their hand. They will be fast in investigating and to making sure that who's wrong. Yeah, who's wrong. That's it. But for me, for my personal view, I would say the video is glaring. So the video itself is a sufficient proof for the police to be able to make some, you know, great decision in that investigation.
Yeah, but this thing is coming in at a time when they try to put the Muslim or the religious influence onto the thing. They are making things look difficult because because these young people are feeling that they live with suspicion, or they live with suspicion, insecurity, that because they are Muslims, that's why people behave the way they behave. They put themselves in a firing range of what is not supposed to be used to describe them. You know, they're Muslim. Right now, there may be debates going on where they are trying to make Muslim holidays to be national holiday, and these are the factors. If you start behaving that way, that as if you are the one that they are targeting, they never targeted that woman because she is a Muslim. They targeted her as a suspect of power theft, which is a crime. Okay, but when you come and over twist the whole story and make it look like, oh, it happened because she's Muslim or because she had on hijabi and this and that. We have stories of people who put on that hijabi and they are the one who carry drugs. Let me inform you now, Mr. Temi, because once it's like that, oh, taking out the hijabi means that you are telling them you to negate themselves. But just as he said, there should be screeners. To be able to screen these people. But when you decide to turn the whole story around from the criminality of what she did, what was the initial thing of whatever happened, you turn it into a religious sympathy that you think that, oh, because she's a Muslim, oh, because she doesn't speak English, she does speak English. How does she carry on her activities? When the police reach there, she acted like she doesn't speak English, but she does understand English, and that she refused to go. She should even be charged by attempting to put that child in the way of danger. Danger the life of that baby. You know, that should be minor or child endangerment. That should be one of the charges that they should hold against her, because she has done the wrong thing and she decides. Here in America, you will do the wrong thing. You think because you got baby, they're going to leave you? No. They will take that baby and give it to the welfare people to take care of that baby. If you don't have any relative that they can take that baby to, they will take that baby and carry it to foster home. While they put you in jail, you go to jail to serve your time. When you are out, then you look for your baby. That's what happens there. So you can't use the baby to be able to say that people will have sympathy on you. She has many things that she did today, or she did at that time, that government needs to critically look at it. My Muslim brothers, we still got to look. We still want Ramadan Day to be a national holiday. We still want the Loki Makone to be a national holiday. And these things are not going to come about when we have our young Muslims believing that people are targeting them, people don't like them because they are Muslims, people are treating them because they are Muslims. No, look at yourself as a Liberian. Look at yourself as a resident of the Republic of Liberia. That's how, whatever you do, it is not because we are Muslim. Get that one out of your head.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And seriously, they really need to get that out of their head, because that was their entire intent today, to turn the whole thing around to make it look like Christian going against Muslim. And that was not the case. It was the issue of theft. She was stealing correct, and the people went there to arrest her. So it was not the issue of Muslim person and Christian men going against her. That's why all of people are saying, if that be the case, then we will go on the street to demonstrate and say, why we are Muslim, we will attack a Christian man. That will be their own case too. They will go demonstrate on. So if we look at all those things, we'll continue to just go on and on and on.
No justice, no 26. No justice, no 26. Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they can postpone the 26 until justice comes.
And their justice was demanding for
26. And we'll enjoy it. We'll talk Ghana, Liberia, everybody out there. I tell you happy stuff.
Yeah.
We want justice!
Yeah, so the people say no justice, no 26. They demand justice in 24 hours. So
So
I don't know. Well,
what are they calling justice? The police inspector told them they will investigate. So justice has been done. As that Umar goes back to hate on the police again, but for this one, it's already a dead case, and we're going to go ahead. Our 26 will be celebrated. If they don't want to come out to cook their food and eat, then stay home.
The justice they were demanding to get the policemen dismissed.
We cannot dismiss the policeman. The policeman needs to be compensated. He needs to be compensated, not dismissed.
But that's the justice they are demanding for. They want the policemen be dismissed. That's the only justice they want there.
We must know that we have something on hand. We want Muslim holidays to also be national holidays. And then they start always thinking that people are aiming at them. I mean, people are targeting them for special things and other things. It cannot be like that. Even my dear brother, Honorable Musa Bility, will never support that thing. He knows. Our time is gone already, right?
Yeah, we out of time. So let's just get your parting comment before you leave, Mr. Demi. Let's just get your parting comments before you take a leave.
Okay. Yeah, finally, as a parting comment is the DA officers, we welcome the public. We accept working with them. All community dwellers, they are all our friends. That's why most of our saying on radio always encourage community leaders, and then the town chief, powerman chief in those counties, we always work with them, open hand to them, and tell our county's commander to always interact with them so that they can give us information and we'll be able to keep their identity secret. And also to the ladies that will be petitioning, I'm carrying their petition on August 7th. I'd like to say what's up to them. We are in solidarity with you as you go about doing your march, which also give you some men to protect you as you go about doing your peaceful march. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for coming on, and we hope to have you more on the show to provide us with update as it relates to the LD.
Mr. Demi, thank you so much for coming tonight. We got a lot of information from you. At least sometimes we expect you to be coming on the shows. We are called Wiz TV, WIZZ TV. We are always on this channel. We are an online platform, and we discuss these issues that affect the community, trending issues. We cannot say that we may not be political. We, however, look at issues and look at it from the square point of view, and we really want to see what we can do in the fight against drugs in Liberia. You are always welcome. Share this media with some of you. Share this medium with some of your officers. Let them know, and we'll try. If you have anything, maybe the next time you want to bring in, you want to encourage the DG to come in, we'll be willing to host him. And we are always available. We come on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and William will tell you the rest of it. But my viewers out there, everything I said here is my personal opinion and the opinion of our audiences. We want to tell you we are very glad that you are out there listening to us and looking at us. Today, we talk more about this issue with the lady, with the protesters who said no justice, no 26, and we all were also able to discuss the Say No to Drug thing campaign that is coming up on August 8th. I want to say thank you to all of you. For those of you who we shared with, we know you were there listening, and we say thank you. Look forward to meeting you next week again.
Thank you so much for coming on, Mr. Abu. And on today, we definitely be the last person p.m. Liberia time. So because of our panelists we want to have on the show, Seju, we are definitely going to adjust the time to 10 p.m. Liberia time. And we hope that that alone will be able to suit all of our panelists we want on the show so that we can have some fruitful discussions here. So thank you for watching. Hope you share with somebody and always follow us on Tuesdays and Thursday beginning at 10 p.m. We will be on here to talk more about issues that are happening across Liberia. Thank you guys. My name is William and thanks to Mr. Abu for coming on as always.
Okay, thank you so much. And I want to wish all of our Liberians, both home and abroad, we say happy 26. You don't have anything to eat, just make sure you celebrate
happy 26.
So thank you. We look forward to seeing you again. Happy 26.
Happy 26. 26. Yeah, happy Independence Day to all Liberian and thanks for coming on as always, guys. We love you guys.
Where every voice counts. When the nation speaks, the roundtable listen. Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Join the conversation that matter the most. Live, unfiltered, unapologetic, with local voices and international minds. The roundtable dive deep into today's toughest questions in society, politics, culture. Nothing is off limits. Your voice, your questions, your platform. Live on Wiz TV, featuring top panelists Mr. Samuel Abu, Mr. Hamed Fofana, Mr. Cyrus Gray, Mr. Jah Blamo, and your host, William McGill. Heated debate, eye-opening truths, and real impact. Tune in to the Roundtable every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. only on Wiz TV Live. The Roundtable, where every voice counts. When the nation speaks, the Roundtable listen. Tuesday and